Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Bitcoin Update today. And it's time to open up the new week, and my eyes are on the weekly time frame as I told you yesterday. And I'm looking at the TriStar and if the TriStar is going to have any difference. So we're trading at 28,300, right? But it doesn't make any difference just because you have a little bit of a pump. Not doesn't make any difference, because by the end of the day, this is still ending up to be a doji. Any price between 28,400 and 27,700, like that will still make a doji right there. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Any price between these levels is still going to create a doji which closes in the next 13 hours. Okay, so don't get FOMO for that pump that's happening. I'm not going to get FOMO at the moment. And you can even see that we still have the parallel channel, and even if you're going to be pumping up, you're just going to be pumping back up to the resistance level right there. And if I dive into the 15 minutes time frame, Bitcoin is actually dropping again. So you just made a little bit of a pump here to get people excited. You're looking for this candle to maybe probably come to $28,000. And once you do come to $28,000 and close near $28,000, you're going to be making that doji on the weekly. And then we're going to complete the TriStar. Now, one thing I want to talk about is some people, everyone is confused, like what's going to happen. I mean, I'm also not a magician, or I don't know the future or exactly what's going to happen, but my take is still a correction. I'm still waiting for that correction to happen, because there's a lot of reason, technical reason, logical reason for me to say that there's a correction happening, not my own personal opinion though. And for as far as the upside is concerned, so let's entertain the idea of moving to the upside. Okay, let's talk about the idea of moving to the upside. You got a left shoulder, the head, right shoulder on your weekly time frame. Okay, inverse head and shoulder is a bottom pattern that indicates a reversal of the market, a change in the direction of the market. If you're in a downtrend, it means that an uptrend is going to start, which is a very good sign, by the way. And it even makes sense after coming for 1.5 years, you've been in a bear market for all that time. This can actually make sense finally to have an inverse head and shoulder. But when you have an inverse head and shoulder, it's obvious that you're going to have a neckline. And when you have a neckline, you break the neckline, you have to backtest the neckline, right? You retest things. The idea of moving higher is if you're breaking out aggressively and you don't retest and go to the target, which actually, if I have to tell you this, which I haven't spoken before, I'm going to take the trend line and I'm going to drop the trend line from the top to bottom here. And here's the target. Okay, so the target is actually still pending, and we're talking about a $37,800 per Bitcoin, right? So this is one thing that can make Bitcoin go up, but if you don't retest, and that means you're just breaking out and you're going to move up very aggressively and you never retest, and maybe go for the dirty retest in the future. And dirty retest simply is a concept where when you don't retest a certain break, you come down in the future to retest that area that you never really retested, because there's a lot of liquidity going on in there. And of course, you're going to be really, really oversold and stuff like that and go down. Is there any chance that you don't retest? There could be. We've seen the market never really retesting at certain points. Sometimes they do not retest. But on the smaller time frames, I do see bearish divergences. On the weekly, we got like the TriStar, which is bearish. We got the 4-hour time frame also has a divergence as well. So there are so many things that still tells me that there are chances to go down. Now, pointing in the weekly time frame, there's one more thing, and there's something as the twisting of a pattern. Okay, if pattern can twist, and they can twist, and you can have one pattern and suddenly, all of a sudden, the next moment you have another different pattern. And if it confuses you, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Now, you do have a TriStar. I've talked about the details of a TriStar in yesterday's video, where you have 3 different dojis, and this reversal is a reversal candle to go to the downside. Now, unless you don't invalidate by breaking the highest part and closing above it, then you are looking for the reversal. So you really need to break above this in order to continue higher. So this is going to be important because I really need to balance things up. We got to balance the bears and the bulls as well. So and when you break out of that thing, this is where the pattern is going to twist. Right now it is actually a reversal candlestick, isn't it, to go down, unless invalidated. Now let's talk about if it gets invalidated. So when it gets invalidated, this does turn into being almost like a bullish rectangle now. Does it make sense? It's going to be a bullish rectangle, and you break up and you continue higher. And then instead of even coming down and reverse to the downside, you have Bitcoin going from there to there. And you might even see Bitcoin, because this is like a move up and a continuation pattern to go even higher. So it's and this is what they do. And if you notice, it does take you to the upper target, to the technical target of that inverse head and shoulders, which also makes perfect sense. So all eyes, like trade accordingly. I might end up even making a critical update, like a very quick update, part 2, if anything changes up here. So keep an eye to support the channel. Keep liking, and because I want this videos to get to other people as well. So that's pretty much it for this update on Bitcoin, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.